Welcome back to another week at the Makor College Experience, and welcome back to our Parsha podcast, Season 2, Episode 9. Thank you, Reb Shua and Reb Zev. I can never remember what episode we're up to, so thank you for reminding me. Back with another really great week, ramping up for Hanukkah. The Makor College Experience students have been diligently learning all the halachas and everything that they need to know before Hanukkah comes. We've been prepping, making sure we have Hanukkah candles, making sure that we have all of our Hanukkah plans, a lot of big events happening coming up, and we're all very excited. Another thing that we're excited for is the here and now, the present. And the here and now is Friday, Erev Shabbos.
Let's go.
Getting ready for Parshas Vayeishev. Parshas Vayeishev, a lot happens. Right? A lot happens. Yosef in the dreams, Yosef getting sold by his brothers, almost killed by his brothers, and then he gets put in this prison with the butler and the baker. Right? All these crazy things happen. There's a lot to unpack here. So let's hop right into it. Let's have a couple of our guests for this week. I'd like to introduce you guys to someone who sits in the background often, and but really helps make this happen. Reb Zev Meth. How you doing, Reb Zev?
Okay, I'm doing well, Baruch Hashem.
Good. I believe you've been on the podcast before.
Once in the first podcast, I think I had the honor.
Okay.
And privilege.
Well, welcome back. It's been 9 episodes since then. So
Thank you. I mean,
8
I've been
episodes
here. I just haven't been on the podcast speaking.
Okay. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
So a lot happens this week's Parsha. One of them specifically I want to get into a little bit. Okay? Yosef does not have the easiest life.
Sure.
Right? Now, a lot happens in this week's Parsha that seems that Yosef's life is in a downward spiral, right? He's betrayed by his brothers. Yep. He's sold. He's imprisoned. And yet every step along the way, he seems to remain a positive attitude. And as we know, he ends up being the leader of Egypt. Yeah, he ends up being this incredible, larger than life figure. How do we make sense of all of these really seemingly hard things that happen to us often in life? We know at the end of the day, everything's gamzul tova, everything's for the best. Mm-hmm. Hashem always has a plan for us. How do we remain positive while things are in a downward spiral?
Good question. I think it.
You don't. I don't know if there's an answer.
I think it circles back. This is perfect for mentioning. I think it circles back to what we learned this week in the Tanya, that faith alone is the ultimate mitzvah, and once you have faith, all other obstacles will be removed. So you don't even notice, right? You won't even notice what's happening. That something bad is going on.
Amunah is everything.
Yeah, Amunah is everything. Amunah Shlema is everything. Right? Once you really have faith. And not just I think of God once in a while and I believe in Him. If you believe in Him and you think of everything is from God every single second, then you'll have no worries or qualms in the world.
Right, and I like that you touched upon that for the Tanya, because I think the Tanya brought up a very specific point about Emunah, mm-hmm. that it's not just that Hashem is with me here while I'm in yeshiva, mm-hmm. in the Beis Medrash, in the shuls, and that Hashem follows you, but specifically that Hashem is with you everywhere.
Yep.
So Yosef, even in prison, even in the pit with the snakes, even no matter where he was, Hashem was with him, and he was able to have that emunah, right? Because I guess it's easier to think about when Yosef was in his father's house and everything was great. Yep. We say Baruch Hashem is with us, amazing. Do we feel Hashem with us during the harder times? Maybe not as much, but it's hard to. By the end of the day, we know Hashem is with us everywhere.
Sure.
So It's definitely a very important yesod to have.
Yeah.
Reb Shua, question for you. Question for you. We have here in the studio Reb Shua Hoffman. And I know Reb Shua tries to keep a positive attitude wherever he goes. Right? How is that for you? Is it always easy to keep a positive attitude?
Definitely. There's ups and downs to everything in life, but for the most part, it's just pushing forward to a better tomorrow.
Okay. How do you do that? How do you find Hashem where you are, even when it seems like, I'm just really having such a hard day. I'm really just like, I don't see Hashem right now. I just don't. What I see is a frustrating situation, and I just want to scream about it, How do you keep the positivity of knowing that Hashem is with you, even in this present moment?
I think a lot of that Siyata Shmai goes to a phrase that I'll just plug it in here right now. To a song I'm releasing Sunday night with Hashem with the productions of Vayeishev.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear it here first. This is a nice sneak peek for our listeners. New song coming out on what day did you say it was?
Yom Sheni Balayla.
Okay, so that's
AKA,
Monday night.
AKA Sunday night, because the Jewish day starts at night.
That's true. Okay. So tell me more about that song that you're coming out with.
With the title of it being Ein Oid Mavadoi.
Okay, that is very apropos for what we're speaking about. And Hashem is everywhere, and it's all Hashem. Like Reb Zev brought up, that we learned this week's Tanya, that Hashem is really everywhere we go, and everything we see is insignificant to the powers of Hashem. Right?
Mavadoi.
So you said sometimes it's hard for you to see that. And that you summon the courage and the strength to remember that Hashem is with you and to push forward to the next day, like you said. So the next day comes. Do you always feel great the next day? Or is it sometimes these things last a while?
But going with the moment of a new day, opening up the morning with Hilgi Ravelli Stefanski with Daf Yomi, plugging in the Ravelli Shlita, who's known as the comedy show of Daf Yomi.
So Daf Yomi is a really interesting point, because that happens every day, right?
Exactly.
Do you think that the consistency of Daf Yomi keeps you on track for remembering that Hashem is with you every single day?
I say definitely, like, Shabbos is a lot harder.
Because you don't
I
have
would
Rabbi Simon to
say
listen to?
because you have to wait till after Shabbos, after I'll just say it as it is, Doladol or Kohen Olim, aka parents and kids just learning Monday Shabbos and show.
Okay. So that's an interesting point that you're mentioning. That the consistency of Daf Yomi keeps you on track so much that Shabbos is actually a little bit hard sometimes, because you don't have that same you can't listen to Rebbe Stefanski
As soon as you wake up.
as soon as you wake up. So that kind of throws you off, right? I actually have a question for Rabbi Yochanan.
Yes.
Rabbi
Shlita.
Yochanan, I have a question for you. So Shua brought up a very important point, that sometimes these consistent things that we do, like Daf Yomi, keep us on track, positive, helps us stay grounded and remember that Hashem is always with us. What's something that keeps you grounded? What's like one thing that you do every day that keeps you grounded and reminds you of Hashem, reminds you that Hashem is here to help you, reminds you not to worry? Ein shum yesh ba'olam klal, As Rabbi Nachman taught us that there is no despair in this world, Hashem is always with us. What's one thing that you do consistently every day that keeps you grounded?
Do it every day.
For me, it's mincha. You know why? You know why it's mincha for me? For me, it's mincha because Shacharis you daven as soon as you wake up in the morning. Ma'ariv you daven before you go to bed. Mincha is that middle of the day. You're busy. You're working. You're in school.
Smack in the middle.
It's quite possibly the most inconvenient minyan I have to go to during the day. I'm like busy. I'm hustling. I don't have time. But you go and you make sure, and that keeps me grounded. So going to mincha every day reminds me that no matter what I'm doing, if I'm having a good day, if I'm having a bad day, if I'm having a neutral day, it's all because of Hashem. Hashem's helping me have a good day. Hashem's helping me have a day that seems not as great. Hashem's helping me have a day that's a little more neutral. Is there something for you that reminds you of Hashem every day?
I daven 3 times a day. Shachus, Emmaus, and I am davening when I'm davening. Sometimes I break down crying when I'm davening. Not all the time, but like just davening to my heart that davening for people who are sick, or davening for some people who need shidduchim. And there's one specific thing when I am davening by Mariv. I love sing Shema, and I cry when I say Shema, and that's why when I do Mariv I say Shema.
So much to daven for.
Yeah.
So much that's inspiring, Yofi.
Yeah.
So much to daven for. How can you not think about Hashem all day, right?
Yeah.
There's so much to daven for. Right?
Yeah.
Davening 3 times a day really, really opens you up to that. Hashem's always with you. 3 times a day, you have so much to daven for. And I know you're really connected to people around you and to Klal Yisrael and for davening for them. And like you're really good at that. So you have the unique ability 3 times a day while you're davening to remember just how much there is in this world that we have to continue davening for. Right? How can we not continue to think about Hashem and have a munah and to daven and to ask Hashem to help us and to thank Hashem for all that He's helped us for already. Right? That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that. Before we leave, I have a quick question.
Love it.
For the most positive guy in this year. The most positive guy in this year. Moshe, how do you remain positive in the face of negativity, in the face of darkness? Hanukkah is coming. How do you hold up that candle and shine light into the darkness and remain positive every day? How do you remember that Hashem is with you?
Because you got to allow yourself to be positive, and you got to allow yourself to be negative, and you got to allow yourself to be anything.
Oh, what do you mean to allow yourself to be negative also?
Remember what we were talking about yesterday?
Remind me.
We were talking about...
Remind the listeners.
So what my Rebbe was telling me yesterday during our counseling session is that you got to allow yourself sometimes to be negative in order to just allow it flow through your whole body, so you get over it eventually.
So to be present.
Yeah, be present.
Be present with positivity, negativity.
Yes.
So for you, it's not about being positive all the time, but it's being happy that you get to be positive and that you have the freedom to have good days and bad days and to love Hashem through all of them.
Yes.
I love that.
It's very hard for me to process that.
Okay.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
Basically, going on with my shlita, the way to really go through this is welcoming your emotions. Like when you're frustrated, say, it might sound silly for a second, but say, "Hi, sadness," quoting Dr. Glicksman, who says, "Just talk to your emotions. The emotions are just dull."
Yeah. Right? We say the emotions aren't part of us, right?
No.
The emotions,
No, they are.
emotions are things that happen to us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're not who we are.
Yeah.
But welcome them in. Don't fight them.
Sure.
You're right.
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay, Moshe,
Yes.
give us one tip so that we can be as positive as you are. Every day I walk into Shir, Moshe is sitting there with the biggest grin on his face. And I ask him, how's the morning going? And he says, epic. Awesome. Hayom Yom. Shlishi b'Shabbos. Hayom Yom. Revi b'Shabbos. Hayom Yom. Chamishi b'Shabbos. Always looking forward to Shabbos. Always looking forward to the next mitzvah he's doing. What's one tip that you can give to all of us so that we can remember to be more positive?
Everyone should just smile, have a good Shabbos, eat some delicious food, celebrate Hanukkah, all of the above, honestly.
Geschmack. Thank you. Thank you, all of our guests, and thank you to all of our listeners. Wishing you all a Geschmack Shabbos, as Moshe says.
And
From our family to your family. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And look out for Ein Mavadai, Sunday night.
Look out for Shua's new song coming out Sunday night, Ein Od Mavadeh,
24 Stakes.
being
Apple
released
Music,
on
Spotify.
all platforms. Have a good Shabbos.
Goyach.